One of the key components of Hapara is the workspace. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at quickly creating our very first one. So what I have here is the screen that we first get to when we first log into Hapara. This is called our teacher dashboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click over here in the blue bar area called Workspace. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and start by clicking on New Workspace. When I click on New Workspace, I can see that on the left-hand side of the screen, I can go ahead and enter a workspace title. Sample Workspace will be my title. I can add classes directly to my workspace if I wanted to, so I can add all of my classes if I wanted to. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'll create my own groups. So this is what you would select if you had not synchronized your Google Classroom courses by this point. Now you can add a quick description if you want to over here, but for the most part you add your title, you select the classes if you have any, and then you go ahead and click on Create. Now that I have my workspace created, what I can do here is add to my workspace. So notice that I have my 4 columns. I have my goals, my resources, my evidence, and my rubrics column. These column titles can be edited if you need to. So if I want to edit and change these, I can go up here to publish my workspace, and I can just go down to edit, and I can change it. So for rubrics, if I wanted to, I can change this to evaluation. If I want to go ahead and add different cards to my workspace, all I have to do is click on the plus icons for create a card under each column. When I create a new card, I can go ahead and add a new title, a description, add different forms of media. I can add my student groups to them. I can add a glyph or change the color of the card. And then I can go ahead and add the card to my workspace. Whenever I create a new card for any of the 4 different columns, for the most part, they look the same. They all have a space for your title, a description, media and attachments, and then adding the groups and or adding different glyphs or colors to the cards. The only card that's different is the evidence column, where you do have different sharing options where you can give a copy of your handout per student or a copy per group. You can also add start and end dates for any of the assignments that you have assigned for the students. Now if we focus on the left-hand side of our workspace, you can see the different classes that I have synchronized in Hapara. Also, you'll see this new sharing option for my workspace. What's really nice about the sharing option is that when I toggle this on, Hapara will actually make a public link for my workspace that I can share with parents or administrators. Because I did not add student groups or classes yet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here under groups called Edit Students and Groups. From here, I can create my groups and add my classes manually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this group Whole Class, pick a color, and then select Done. Now I have this group. Before any of my students can see this, I have to add students to my workspace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my Hapara period 0 class, which has all of my students in them, and drag it under Whole Class. So now I have 25 students in that class. So now when any of these students log into Hapara as a student, they will be able to see this workspace once it has been published. I'm going to go back to my workspace, and if I wanted to publish this workspace, I would go ahead and click on Publish. And you can see here that the little helper text comes up and says Publish to 25 learners. I'm going to click on Publish. The sample workspace has been published to 25 learners, and they can access it when they log in. And that's it. Creating a workspace is really easy and really flexible when using Hapara. The flexibility, ease of use, and the layout makes Hapara great for showing teacher clarity when delivering content. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or join us in our Google Plus community. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.